Yo, movie mystics, darlings, what's good? So, stream here. The stream here is quite self-explanatory. I got 9 short films from Fantasia Fest to review, and I'm going to start right now. What's nice about Waverly is the ambiguous nature of it, and the moral of the movie is truly what you think it is, but you might just stitch it yourself in the process. I think Quebecers, for whatever reason, can explore sexuality in a more nuanced and subtle way than the rest of Canada, or America for that matter. It is truly a wonderful thing about this province's cinema. It happens to be based on a true story. It is my belief that it could make a great feature, perhaps following the fate of one of the characters at the end of the story, with the short's content being fleshed out a bit more for a first act. What if the shrimp cooked the shrimp fried rice? What does it all really mean, man? This short film is high on the absurd and the concept. It doesn't overstay its welcome, and it isn't auditioning to be morphed into a feature film. It is a nice enough creative concept launch through into a foray of narrative filmmaking and has a high amount of fun built into the absurdity of it all. I think that the movie shows some promise, and in the future, it'll be nice to see the director add some dramatic tension to whatever concept is picked for a feature film, or at least another short film. I also want to mention I interviewed the director of this film, Shrimp Fried Rice, and several creatives behind Waverly. I think there were like 4 people there. So yeah, those already dropped, and now the reviews finally came out. Okay. It is a wonderful thing that the short film Le Tour de Canada exists. When I was a kid and watched YTV, this style of animation existed, and it's a lot of fun to see it again in a new context. We get this weird-looking bike race, and someone watches it on TV. It's like us, the viewer, but the bikers even pay him a visit. What a rush. It doesn't really have much of a plot beyond that, so the visuals weren't crispy or at least nostalgic. This scene would fall flat on its face, and it didn't. But it didn't, and it is fun, so all is fine. Look at that, 4.5 stars. Must like that one a lot. Headcase is me on a bad day. Hopefully not, though. But this is like a worst case scenario for people trying to pop off on the internet, being a delusional tryhard with nothing to offer the viewer. We get an influencer get carried away, and then eventually a talking head is involved. There's this leap into a head talking, but that's something you'll have to accept if you want to enjoy this short. I think the whole thing is pretty cool, but sometimes I want to see a tale about influencers who aren't popping off, but are at least trying. This particular character is a bit stereotypical, but it's a fun enough ride. Floor is a funny, goofy, revolting, and action-packed short film coming from South Korea, showing inconsiderate people getting beaten up for being too loud in this already too sketchy apartment building. It's really about the final showdown, but the build up is important. This place is so nasty, it's difficult to perceive such filth existing, but it's honestly not too much of a stretch for such a filthy world. I think the movie has heart, it's a fun ride, and it was a perfect short to play before the featured Noise. Another movie from South Korea about a noisy apartment building, but in a completely different context. Ooh, this is my favorite one. Atom and Void is a cool and dark short film, showing a tarantula's journey into a very cool reveal. It's harsh and very badass. I would say the final shot really hit hard. I don't know if I describe the experience as meaningful, but rather cool. I'm fine with that, of course. I think that things that walk the line between gross and interesting can be worthwhile. If it didn't have the reveal, it wouldn't be worth it. It's not a 3-act structure, it's an exploration, then a payoff. It's a fun little thing you'd be lucky enough to see, ideally on the big screen, at a film festival, such as Fantasia Fest. Whoop. Hey Babe is a funny short. It shows a couple's living dynamic. She's the breadwinner, and he's the cool but obnoxious one. She's clearly trying to get something submitted to work on a deadline, and he keeps saying, hey babe. Once she finishes writing whatever it is she is writing, he has her attention and shows her in the medicine cabinet a mysterious bottle. How did it get there, he wonders, and then she throws it out. Then he points out that it has returned. She keeps throwing it out, and it keeps coming back. Then the husband drinks the liquid, disappeared, and magically out of nowhere writes, hey babe, continuously in her laptop. There's one final shot, which I won't reveal, but this one had me laughing. Check Please is really funny. It's a tale of 2 South Korean relatives, one from the homeland and one born in North America, doling it out to be the one to pay for the bill at the restaurant. There are a lot of kung fu movie sounds and lots of comedic battling to see who will eventually pay for the damn meal. Both central characters made me laugh, and there are cultural differences and family rules that are emphasized well for laughs. The whole theater was hollering during this one. The short film Dangerous Delivery. Oh, I should say I have some. I filmed some shorts, some reels with these dudes, with one of the actors and the director, and some of them have come out, and then the rest will come out next week or the following week. Anyways, my bad. The short film Dangerous Delivery is an action comedy coming from Montreal, which premiered at Fantasia Fest in the Magasin de Malade, the program of short films. They look like essentially offbeat comedies. An Eats driver gets two guys come in her car who claims she is an Uber driver, but that's the funny premise. Then there's a showdown that should amuse you. That the vibe was fun and light. There are no plans for a feature out of this, but perhaps it would make for a fun expanded sequence in another tale. I showed the short to my dad, and we both enjoyed it. So yeah, there were these short film sections, like one like I mentioned here, Magain de Malades. Sorry, my bad. But then there's other ones. One that was horror shorts from Canada, and the other that was sci-fi shorts from Canada. And so I went to those sections. I saw those short films, and I will have two separate streams talking about those short films as well. So I do have more short film reviews coming from Fantasia Fest, and I'll do the other features probably in one go. So that'll come in the next couple of weeks. And there's still shorts from the festival to look forward to as well. Anyways, this is a fun stream. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And I'll be on a little bit later to do one more stream for you today. Peace out, y'all.